Broadcasting live from the Albay PIO News Center, providing you the most exclusive news update from all over the province. This is 12 o'clock Newsbreak. In the local scene, the Sangguniang Panlalawigan ng Albay has commended 4 Albayano students who triumphed in the Batang Pinoy National Championship. Provincial resolutions were passed commending and congratulating John Kyle Melgar and Edric John Ura for winning gold medals in Arnis. Visupriya Desi Briguera for securing a bronze medal in the 50-meter backstroke in swimming, and Lineth Mataba, a silver medalist in Arnis. In recognition of their achievements, they will be invited to the next regular session to personally receive copies of the resolutions, which were authored by Sangguniang Kabataan Federation Albay President, Honorable Board Member Carlos Matthew Gamboa. The commendation aims to honor their remarkable accomplishments, which have brought honor and pride to the province of Albay. The Batang Pinoy National Championship was held from November 23 to 29, 2024 in Puerto Princesa, Palawan. In other story, the provincial government of Albay has expressed its full support for Albayani athletes competing in the highly anticipated Palarong Bicol 2025. According to Albay Acting Governor Baby Glenda Ongbungao, the province aims to secure the overall championship, improving upon last year's second-place finish. She also added that training for athletes is already underway, despite the weather disturbances in the province. In the national scene, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. stated that for the market to function effectively in the face of rising rice prices, a declaration of food security emergency is required. In line with this, Agriculture Secretary Francisco Chu Laurel Jr. is likely to declare a food security emergency by the end of January in response to the rising retail cost of rice. The action is in response to the National Price Coordinating Council's NPCC resolution, which called on the DA to declare food security emergency for rice. Despite President Marcos's order to reduce tariffs and the fact that worldwide rice prices are dropping, rice prices are still high. The National Food Authority will be able to sell rice stock to local government units and other government agencies at a reduced price as a result of the Food Security Emergency Declaration. Also, the NFA warehouse space will be freed up, and local farmers will be assisted with the procurement of palay for the next harvest season. In other story, despite what he described as a suboptimal 2025 national budget, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. pledged that the administration is searching for other ways to rescue or to secure enough funding for significant government projects. On the sidelines of the ceremonial transfer of the finished Yolanda permanent housing projects in Leyte, Samar, and Biliran, the president was questioned about the purportedly perfect national budget for 2025. The administration's focus on raising money for critical sectors including housing, healthcare, education, and other essential projects was underlined by President Marcos. President Marcos recently convened several government agencies at Malacanang Palace to review their 2025 budget allocations. In other news, the National Housing Authority and the Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development were directed by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. to intensify their quest for design and technology to build climate-resilient shelters. At the Cool Spring residences in Barangay Arado, Buriwan, Leyte, President Marcos ceremoniously turned over 8 completed permanent housing developments in Leyte, Samar, and Biliran. The president emphasized the government's steadfast commitment to implementing measures that will mitigate the effects of natural disasters, such as flood prevention initiatives of the Leyte Tide Embankment Project. According to Marcos, by bolstering disaster risks and reduction management, the government has also enhanced information gathering and response activities during disasters. And in the news outside the country, in the next few days, Qatar, the mediation country, expects Israel and Hamas to confirm the ceasefire truce. In a discussion, the mediators from Qatar assert that they have settled all disputes. In the discussion, the mediators from Qatar assert that they have settled all disputes and sides have already agreed to the eventual release of hostages and the removal of Israeli troops from Gaza. This favorable development came after U.S. President Joe Biden and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's meeting. Since the start of the rebellion on October 7, 2023, over 110,000 Palestinians have been injured and 46,645 have lost their lives. However, 1,139 Israelis were killed in the Hamas raid, leaving more than 200 in captivity. And finally, in the news outside the country, Israeli strikes in Gaza killed up to 81 people and left another 188 injured. This took place prior to Israel and Hamas reaching a ceasefire deal. The ceasefire deal between the two parties was first announced under the auspices of the U.S. government and Qatar. The deaths were reported in a single day, according to the Hamas-led health ministry. According to reports, 8 attacks have been carried out by Israeli troops, and Israel has yet to issue an official statement on the strikes. And that's all for the 12 o'clock news break, January 20, 2025. We'll be back tomorrow for more news updates. And thanks to our 12 o'clock news break writer, LJ Lorejo and Don Roquion. And on the technical side, Chad Bobis. Of course, our Provincial Information Officer, Mary Luduca Castillo. And under the supervision of our Governor, Baby Glenda Ongbungao. I am Greg Hallare. Thank you for subscribing.